Welcome to lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the second week of October 2019. And yes, we're finally in autumn. I'm so excited, even though I got sick already. The onset of the season, it's okay. I'm happy for fall. It's my favorite season. I'm a spring baby, but I love fall. And we are using the Psychic Tarot Sages today, and we'll use the After Tarot for clarifications. And let's see what message, guidance, spirit have for you. Message, guidance for Sagittarius, spirit. Message, guidance for Sagittarius. Message, guidance for Sagittarius. Okay. And folks, remember, these cards are pre-shuffled, and also I meditate on your energy before I start. Here we have Truth, Judgment. Been so popular between those two decks here. I've seen this Truth card, Judgment card in almost every reading, and I truly felt that last month that during this full moon in Aries that we're really gonna come to a sense of, it's not so much a Jesus to moment to I didn't feel it like it was gonna be divine judgment, like the angels coming, calling you on, blowing the trumpet. I felt it more, it was gonna be more like a us facing ourselves finally and releasing what no longer serves us, standing in our own truth, our own identity, our own authenticity. As you know, Aries is all about the I am, and about, like, you know, what is my truth. And I felt like a lot of us were gonna come have to go to introspect, right? Have to go deep within, and we've been doing that during Virgo season, going through the details of our lives, our daily life, how we practice, how we present ourselves, you know, how we live our truth, and going through that Pisces full moon and to delve deeper, right? To bring up all those deep-seated emotions and feelings, things that lay in the shadow here. I feel like we've been doing all this work, and during that Aries full moon, everything's gonna come to accumulations, right? Where we have to release those things that do not allow us to be to stand in our truth and our authenticity. And judgment's been coming up here. So what this is telling me, this is not going to be just like a self-initiated kind of like exercise. For most of us, it's going to be the universe is gonna be very strong and pushing us towards doing this. Okay, even those of us that are not really big in self-awareness and are not really big in self-evaluation, the universe is gonna push us towards that. That's what I'm getting with this Judgment card being so popular here. There's a rebalancing of the scales that's needed. Like, look at this Judgment card. It might as well as being the card of Justice of Libra. It's those huge scales that are like way up there in the heavens, right? These are like God's scales of justice, and that we show. And this card is called Truth. Like, what's your truth? What's the truth of the situation? That's what needs to come out here. This is major arcana energy. It's not up to us. The truth will set you free. The truth will be out. The truth are gonna be revealed. Okay. And here we have number 9, Sagittarius, 9th house energy, the house of Sagittarius. This is the 9 of air. Okay, suffering in silence. We know the 9 of Swords is the card of basically overthinking things, of anxiety and stress, suffering in silence. Stand in your truth. And look at this, suffering in silence, followed by the 7 of Cups, the card of illusion, the card of confusion. Why am I shuffling? That's it. It's a 3-card reading. My goodness, it's almost like I don't want it to end on that note for you, Sagittarius. But here we have choose wisely, though. But we know the reason why you had Spirit is asking you to choose wisely is because for some of you, you're being there's a sense of here that you see so many different paths in front of you, so many different options, that you are getting confused, and that's why you're suffering in silence. That's why you have all this anxiety, you have all this overthinking happening here with that 9 of air, because of all these options that are available to you. But look, this is the same hand. All those options are coming from the same hand, and that hand is coming from that plank you're sitting on. It's as if to say that this is coming from you. Could very well be your hand. You manipulating your own self. You creating this. It's up to you, these options that are coming from here. It's coming from where you are. from underneath your seat. It's the same hand. And we have two birds flying high by the sun. One seems like it's going away when it's coming towards you. And the birds are the same color of that plank you're sitting on. Almost is made of wood themselves. Almost wooden toy birds flying way above. There are 4.5 stations. We want to venture and say 5 stations here. It's almost all these options. They're almost of the same. You're confusing yourself. You think it's almost like an illusion. It seems 5 options, but it's the same hand. These are the movement. And if those movement means something to you, let me pull out the card again. What do they say to you? Choose wisely. Intuition. Oh my goodness. Earlier I saw this card that I called yeah, this is the card. This is the High Priestess card on this deck. This is Major Arcana number 2. You have the knowledge necessary to make these decisions. You know what is the truth. Not just what is your truth. You know what is the truth. The truth. The universal truth. You have access to the knowledge. You know. You already know. Deep in your heart, you know. Because when I'm pulling up here, as you can see at the bottom of the deck, this green that's staring at you, this is a heart chakra card. Deep in your heart, you know the truth. Because Sagittarius, you are very wise. And your knowledge is that it's a higher knowledge. It's not that of Gemini. Was also very knowledgeable, was very good with the mind and intellect and communications and self-expression and all that. But yours is of a higher mind. It's expensive. It's like worldly knowledge. You know. You already know. You know the truth in your heart. If you tap into your heart space, you know. Intuition. Follow your intuition. Tap into that knowledge base. Tap into that Akashic record. You know. You are now being lost in your thought, suffering in silence with that nine of air. You're doing this. These are mine. Major arcana, major arcana. This is your doing. Minor arcana energy. 9 of air, you overthinking things. You stressing yourself out. This card of illusion here with the 7 of cups, of all these different options. You're creating these options. This is the same hand. You're creating these illusions. That in turns is causing you to suffer in silence. A suffering that's completely unnecessary for you. A suffering that's almost like for what? Clarification on the truth card for Sagittarius. Spirit, clarification on the truth card for Sagittarius. Please, clarification on the truth card. Get back in your house, Sagittarius. Get back into your 9th house of your house. This is the card of, this is Gemini energy here, that 9 of, yeah, Gemini energy with that 9 of air. King of Wands, fire energy. The truth is, you know you're in control of this. Yes, that is the truth. I feel like I don't even need any clarification on this reading. You know that you are in control of this. You know what to do. You know your own truth. You know who you are. If this is about the decision, because it's saying choose wisely here based on options, and here you have intuition, duality, left or right. You already know, and your intuition will tell you which way to follow. And even if you like, it wasn't clear to you, like in a mental plane, mentally, logically. Ace of Wands, the choice. There's only one choice at the end for you. The choice that leads you towards your passion. The choice that leads you toward that spark of life, of new beginning. The choice that's being offered to you from the hand of the divine. The choice that leads you to inspiration and creativity and spiritual growth. That's the choice. There's only one choice. This, an illusion. One choice. Are you understanding, Sagittarius? Clarification on that 9 of air. I'm going to get more details for you guys, but clearly it's not even needed, because this is a 2-minute reading of you already know and follow your intuition. All this suffering and silence, anxiety and stress and confusion, you may find it cute right now. I don't know why you would want to do that to yourself. It's not necessary, and you're doing it to yourself right now. Clarification on suffering and silence. Clarification for Sagittarius on that 9 of air. Clarification on the 9 of air, spirit. Clarification on the 9 of air. Okay. The devil, of course. Negative energy. For some of you, it's just basically negative energy attaching themselves to you. And the 3 of Pentacles. And I must say it, if you are dealing with a Capricorn, that may be what's causing you all this issue here. And for some of you, it may be that the anxiety and the stress it's in regards to money. Okay, it may be for some of you, you have such an attachment to material, you have such an attachment to the way you're seen in the world when it comes to your career, the projects you are creating your own illusion, even though you know your own truth, but you're gonna make yourself suffer to prove something to the world, to show, oh, I have this career, this is what I do for a living, I have that amount of money, I'm working on this project. For show, for people. And that's creating negative energy in your life. That's creating an imbalance in your world. I asked earlier, I don't know why you would do that to yourself. That's why. For those of you this message is resonating with, this is the crux of the issue here. You're ignoring your own truth. You're ignoring your own inner knowing, your own intuition, your own higher knowing. Suffering in silence, bringing in anxiety and stress into your life because you're allowing negative energy of showing off to the world about money and materials and a career and status to take over. Clarification on that 7 of Cups. Yeah, I know. There was one that hooked up. Knight of Wands. Your energy. You need to move away from that. Clearly. Move away from that confusion. It's not yours. It's not a good look on you, Sagittarius. I'm glad this says suffering in silence, because if people knew that is what you're going through right now, they'll be mighty confused. They'll be like, what? Who? Like, I don't get it. Like, what? Girl, what you talking about? You know, if you ever talk to someone and you say, you know, this is what happened to me, and they be like, no way, no, that's not true. Like, they're telling you, like, they know yourself better than you. If you ever experienced that, this is what you would experience. If you were to, like, let's give you an example here. Let's say, Sagittarius, for example, let's say this is a relationship situation. This is just an example, okay? This is what's coming through. There's someone in your life that's offering you, in your beginning, that's offering you love, that's offering you companionship and affection, and for whatever reason you are ignoring that person. You're not being receptive towards that person because you felt like you can do better. You felt like you have so many more options, or you should have so many more options available to you. Perhaps that person's in regards to their career or their money, their wealth, and they're not really up to par, especially if you're comparing them to you or to other people that you feel like that you are more compatible with. You may be putting that person down because they don't have that amount of money, because they don't have that career that is like of a higher status. To you, maybe looking down on them, right? And you are denying yourself. You're not following your intuition about the truth of this connection, the truth of this relationship, because you are focusing on this thing right here, okay? And you're suffering in silence. And if it was you, wonderful Sagittarius, who appears very strong and confident, who's a person of the world, who just knows things, who just approach life with gusto, right? With a sense of authority and following their own North Star. And then you were to be talking to people, like people who know you fairly well, like family member, friends, and you'll be saying like, I felt a lot of times where I didn't get my fair due. I felt like I had to bring myself down, like I had to settle with that person if I was to choose that path. Like I suffer in silence in regards to relationship, because I would rather just wait it out than to accept from someone who's giving me this and this and that and this and this if they don't have that status, if they don't have that job. Because I always say I would never marry someone who does not make six figure, and that may be your very that may be something you've told yourself mentally, but you also know that's also not your truth, right? Sagittarius, there's the stuff that we tell ourselves that we want, that's important, and there's our truth, right? And that the people around you may be going like, what you talking about? But you're not that person. You're not even materialistic, but you're already abundant. You already like have a great job. You're already wealthy. So what does that person do? He's just a nurse. I want a doctor. And then they'll be like, what? They'll be mighty confused. That's what I'm trying to say. That's not you. You're just joking, right? You didn't deny that person who was sending you flowers, doing all the right thing, saying all the right thing forever, that's been by you, supporting you when you're sick, that's always there, that you can always count on. Like, you didn't deny them just because they're a nurse, they were not a doctor. Like, this is the kind of situation here that I'm seeing, okay, Sagittarius? That would be like people would not even believe it. For some of you, you are denying your own truth. No, it's not because you would not rather have a doctor. Perhaps you would. But the truth of the matter is, you know that this person is also, intuitively, you know that person check all the marks for you. You know that person, their value bring in more than just if you had to choose just a doctor. Go out there, just get a doctor. One of those options is a doctor. And then what else? What else that doctor have to offer? What else? Right? So it's kind of like follow your own intuition, your truth. This was just an example I'm giving. For some of you, it might be right on the nose, but I'm not going to be surprised. But this was just an example. Follow your truth and your intuition about the situation in your life, and don't allow negative thinking, don't allow stress and anxiety to overtake you, especially in regards to when it comes to money. Okay, the way you see money, the way you see career, the way you want to be seen in the world. At the bottom of the deck here again, choice, two, another two, duality, and the two of Swords is the card of Moon in Libra. We are in Libra season and we have a full moon in Aries coming up. That's how we started this reading. I was talking to you about this full moon in Aries. During this full moon in Aries, I feel a lot of you is going to have to stand on that truth. You're going to have to drink some truth syrup. You're going to really have to honor your own truth. You're really going to have to step out of indecision to really like put this blinder, like mano a mano here. It's time to make a decision. Those two men are going to. The last man standing, you win the prize, okay? It's time for Lady Justice to step in here. Like you said, justice is blind. To be fair to yourself and to that person, in case of it's a relationship, okay? And to make a decision. Because with the Two of Swords, there's a sense of like time for indecision is over. And this is the decision needs to be made here in regards to a situation. This confusion, this overthinking, it's of your own making. Move away from that. You have travel, going, fast moving energy, movement, coming through with Four of Swords, the card of rest, meditation, finding one's mental stability, one's peace of mind, and that's exactly what you need during this time. This overthinking, this confusion, you're creating it. You need to take a step back. You need to just lay down your swords. You need to stop the overthinking. You need to, let's go back to basic, okay? Let's really find back your mental stability, the foundation mentally about what is real here. And part of it is you need to take a break. You need to take a rest to clear your mind, so you can really receive the intuitive message that are coming to you intuitively. Once you quiet your mind, then these messages can download, Sagittarius. Because here, your intuition is very strong. That's what's facing you. You already know. The knowledge is already there for you. You just need to hear it. Or at the very least, to reconnect with it. Because judgment is here. And a decision needs to be made. Time for delay is over. This is fast-moving energy coming in with that. A decision needs to be made. You need to calm yourself, to calm your mind, in order to choose wisely, to make the right decisions for yourself. And that decision is not going to be made from your overthinking. That decision is going to be made by following your intuition. Unrequited love at the bottom. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This is what I was telling you. Somebody here is making them, I'm telling you, that example that came through, there's a reason that it came through. Somebody here is making themselves believe that there's a relationship, there's someone that's offering them love, there's something that's being offered to them, there's something on the table that a passionate new beginning that they feel is not enough. Not enough. It's usually there. There's not enough. And here we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Someone has been making themselves feel like this is not enough. This option is not enough. There are so many options. I don't know what to do. Or for some of you, maybe feeling like I don't have enough options. What do I have to choose now? But you cannot run away anymore, Sagittarius. You cannot run away anymore. Judgment is here. Decision time is here. The day to answer to your maker is here. The truth is, God will give you exactly what you need, what is enough. And this card is called truth. And if you stand in your truth, you really listen, not just to what your mind is telling you, what society is telling you, of what your partner should look like. You stand in your truth. You value that person based on their character, based on what they've shown you, based on the love and the passion and the excitement that they've shown you. You would see the truth of the situation. You would see it's more than enough. And I feel like for some of you, you will get to that point because you have the truth here and intuition. You will follow. By the way, 20 drills down to a 2. It's the same 2 here of intuition, major arcana 2 here. And every time I pulled that, it was the heart chakra that we see. You have to open your heart. You have to balance your heart. You have to let your heart chakra open up so you can really get the messages intuitively, not just the messages that are like running in your head, especially in regards to how you think you will be seen in society, or what you think your love partner should be, how much money they should make, what kind of job they should have. And you will learn to accept that person and to know that they're more than enough, and not just accept them, to really be able to enjoy the love, to honor what they're giving you, what they have to offer. There's a decision that needs to be made. And for some of you, there may be more than one love partner, but the person that's your true person that you're supposed to be with, that's why you're confused, because you know as a true person that's a real love relationship you're supposed to be honored, but then you're confused about it because you're entertaining other notions, other people that you know that are not your truth. That's why you're feeling confused, because you know what's the truth. If you had 7 options and that person was disqualifying, then you wouldn't be confused about it. Be like, you're disqualified, you're disqualified, you're disqualified. But because that what seems to be the right thing, and then you have all the other thing, then it creates a sense of confusion. So you're overthinking it. Why him? Why her? All right, Sagittarius, this message may not resonate with most of you, but this is the message that came through here very strongly. And if you'd like to show support to this channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Come back again next week for the next set of reading. And if you'd like greater clarity in your own situation, if this was way off base, that message did not speak to you at all, please contact me for a personal reading, lanmoutarot@gmail.com. And remember, love is the only answer. Bye.